Star Citizen has been around for a long time now, and a few years from now will mark the beginning of its life as a release game, with development continuing to expand its scale and feature set. So this game that has stretched what's possible to its limits will be around for an even longer time. During this time, we've interacted with it the same way we played every other game: mouse, keyboard, sticks, and the occasional tablet. As Star Citizen has been developed, so has newer tech with new applications. Some of it's still early development, some of it's already out in the wild, but not yet ready at the consumer level. What if the emerging tech of tomorrow changes how we play Star Citizen? Well, take a ride with me and I'll show you. Like up, sub up, and ring up like a boss. Right now, we got some very cool things that we use to step up our experience. I went into detail about all the ways Tobii Eye Tracker is useful. Star Citizen VR is possible, even if it's not officially supported. HOTAS and HOTAS have a big presence in the verse, and even sound has been knocked up a notch with 3D spatial audio. As cool as all that is, the desire to go much more deeper into the games we love is always in the back of the mind. So pull that up to the front of your mind as we explore some of the game-changing peripherals you might be ordering up at some point. Alright, those holo displays that we've been drooling over for years, waiting for them to come online and let you view fleet resources, direct battles, and assist you in your exploration of the verse, they kind of just been a tease for a long time. But CIG recently kind of brought it up and mentioned that you'll be using them, which will be exciting. What will be even more exciting is to use them not on our flat 2D monitors and instead have an actual 3D representation of them without the need for VR headsets and glasses. Volumetric displays like those from Looking Glass Factory and Voxon Photonics could turn that sci-fi dream to reality. The Voxon Photonics VX2 creates 3D images that actually have volume rather than the usual flat trickery that loses the illusion when you see it from another angle. It uses an LED array spinning at 900 RPM, projecting 3D images into a cylindrical volume, so no matter where you move around it, the image holds up as well as any real object in the room. Full color 3D visuals, no headwear other than your eyes needed. Connects to any Windows PC. If you combine these with the existing hand tracking tech found in the MetaQuest 3 and other hand trackers, you'd have a clutch way to navigate through real-time fleet movements and battle scenarios from multiple perspectives, visualize star maps and mission telemetry, be able to plan Operation Underwear Liberation from that sleepy little outpost across the way. Try not to spill your Ractagino into it though. These displays start at $3,000 for a 16-inch version. The 27-inch is $8,000, and beyond that, they don't even tell you the price. Also, I don't see a Star Citizen application for it at the moment. Maybe you could, but worth mentioning are the tactile holograms that are in development. These are holograms that you can physically touch to get you a little closer to that holodeck action. HOTAS have been a staple of space and flight sims for a long time, but as cool and useful as they are, they never give you the physical sensation of flight. Your only physical sensations connected to the verse has been through key and mouse clicks, pushing sticks and turning dials. Haptics and Sense Glove may bring a new solution to the table for your touchy-feely needs. The Haptics gloves use microfluidic actuators powered by compressed air to physically displace the skin, simulating touch sensations. An air pack generates and controls the airflow, giving you realistic tactile and forced feedback. Right now the tech is bulky and you look like you're doing some ghost busting with your proton pack on your back and you split. Anyway, when the tech eventually shrinks it down enough to not tip you back in your chair, this will take your experience to 10. Feel the resistance of your ship's controls. Feel everything from flipping switches and pressing buttons. Cockpit operations truly physicalized. Get physical as you patch up ships or tractor cargo around. Maybe you'll get your fingers dialed in to how much pressure it takes to squeeze off a round from the Coda 6 shooting. The Sense Glove Nova 2 is a similar type of product with a slightly smaller version of Hellboy's hand. It provides resistance to finger movements to simulate the size and stiffness of objects. It uses vibrations to deliver realistic sensations for button clicks, the textures of objects and impacts. It can even give you the feeling of something as subtle as water dripping on your hand when you drooling at the Van Duel strip club before they find out you out of credits and Wicklow favors. Besides fingers, it also has palm sensations, but I know your type and I ain't getting into all that with you. Anywho, being able to use this to fist bump your buddy or feel the texture of the tarp that you're pulling off the vehicle you stored as the wind snaps it away, maybe mush a torpedo burrito in somebody's face would be the bee's knees for the real OGs. This is one that gamers already have their hands on, but not many of them. Force feedback HOTAS have actually been around for a while, but they're expensive because there's not a big market for them, so it's pretty much low volume hand built stuff. FF Beast has made a presence in the market by offering their system with options for buying a pre-built or a DIY package. Whatever your preference, you end up with a unit that feeds into your existing sticks to provide force feedback and stick resistance. Being able to feel your ship buffet and buck while you flying isn't just a cool immersive thing to experience. It's also a conduit to expand your ship awareness while you focused on the objective without having to look at your MFDs and HUD. When the control surfaces update drops, you wouldn't need any HUD info to tell you that you're about to stall when your stick starts shaking like a salt shaker. Maybe a little turbulence is in order for those bad weather moments dropping the ships all around you. Force feedback could also give each ship its own unique feel. Hitting tight turns in a Gladius would offer a lot more resistance than the big Hull C prepping to line up with station docking ports. FF Beast units are tanks, all metal, heavy, and opens you up for a little awkwardness when your girl asks why you have an industrial strength vibrating unit between your knees. After old girl finished clowning you, you might be able to get an NPC to lend you an ear about it. I've had more than a few comments bringing up the idea of CIG using AI to bring more life and dialogue variety to NPCs. I'm 100% for hiring voice actors, but I don't know if you could hire enough or afford to bring in as many as needed to fill out the voice work for the thousands of planets, moons, space stations, asteroid bases, random ships, and everywhere else that NPCs exist. Right now, there's only 2 star systems with I don't know how many hundreds of points of interest, and the dialogue is already a little thin. So, 11 Labs, who got that Series C capital on deck, has partnered with Cloud Imperium Games, and AI-powered NPCs are coming. If you haven't heard of 11 Labs, they're a company specializing in natural sound and speech synthesis software. I've used their service in one of the Intrepid vids, and though there were a handful of voices that were kind of meh, I got some really usable voices for reading some of your comments.
For specialized loops, any ship is better than
Nobody stated anything officially, but with the visual fidelity and the NPC subsumption development going on, combined with AI voices that work in multiple languages across different regions, the possibilities are wild. We may be looking at NPCs that can respond in real time to player actions like calling you a crazy f***ing son of a when you fly into the hangar at 200 meters a second, or commenting during any other unpredictable interactions. NPCs will have varying traits like fortitude or cowardice, so voices that match their profile could be generated. Custom backstories or mission briefings made on the fly. Interaction with crew like real-time feedback during missions, or just commenting on the things going on around them, like locals at an outpost speaking up when an unknown ship comes flying in. NPCs that remember you. Language support for alien species or regional dialects. All of it would go a long way in making the verse feel even more alive when you got unscripted conversations going on around you. Even though some of these are currently on the market, it's early tech days, so it's early tech prices. And by that, I mean the Haptics is $5,500 a pair with a $495 per month subscription plan. Makes me think of Black Mirror. The Sense Glove Nova 2 is 6,000 pounds a pair, but you get a bulk discount on both to save a few dollars. But Star Citizen players are accustomed to waiting, so we will be waiting for the day the Chinese go ahead and throw up a $50 pair on Temu. There's some dope things on the horizon. It'll take some time though. Cost is always a barrier. The cost for companies goes all the way up the supply chain, and then producing these specialized pieces of kits ain't cheap. That makes the cost to purchase extreme, as with all new tech, so it'll take some time for manufacturing to come down along with the price. Developer support always takes some time to ramp up, as they're gun shy about products that may be too niche to spend the money incorporating new things into their product. The consumer adoption curve is often a challenge. VR is a good example. VR adoption growth is steady, but about as dramatic as the pacifists of the Gandhi Nebula or the Neutral Planet.
I have no strong feelings one way or the other.
But eye tracking used to be prohibitively expensive, and now you can do it well for $300 or even cheaper but less accurately with your webcam. Big Brownie a la mode shout out to the executive producer Patreons in the building. Lone Wolf and the Huntress, thanks for making it do what it do. Shout out to all the fam de la dig that, Patreons, YouTube members, super chatters, and folks checking out the Boss Supply Store. Fly Dirty Citizens.